Cheers.
Yeah, cheers for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, cheers to fucking Ozzy.
Cheers to Ozzy, man. My favorite artist,
Everything.
musician. Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah, first CD I ever bought.
It's fucking gnarly.
We're just listening to it. It's amazing.
My name's Alien. Welcome to Driftopia the podcast. Today, my guest is an amazing tattoo artist and a really good friend, Andrew. And Lucy is here. You gotta show your face, buddy. That's okay. There you go.
That's a good girl. There you go.
Beauty of a dog. Yes, cheers to Ozzy for sure. Where are you originally from?
Born in Newmarket, Ontario. I lived a little bit in Tsawwassen when I was a little kid, and mostly grew up small town, Courtenay.
Is that Tsawwassen you mean when you say Tsawwassen?
Tsawwassen, yeah.
Sweet, that's cool. I haven't heard it called that in a long time.
Yeah.
But that's
that's how you know that I'm from there, right? Just like
yeah,
they wouldn't let me get away like saying Tsawwassen.
Did you live there when the Ladner Skatepark was there, or was this way before?
This is when they had the tennis courts that had a couple boxes. People weren't even really skating rails back then. It was like
crazy.
It was they were, but there was no rails there. It was like a couple boxes, and it was about it.
And like Tsawwassen has an amazing skate park now, and then the Ladner skate park got ripped down, even though it was there for years. And then
that's where we used to go. Like I remember going there when I was a little kid. Like I remember even my mom, she's a school teacher, and she was, telling the guys not to swear around me. I was like, I don't know, maybe like 5, 6 when I was going there first. Yeah.
Okay, so like super young.
I was super young. Like I was like going there with like your Toys R Us, like old school.
That's kind of like my next question was, when did you get your first skateboard?
Yeah, I was 5, 6 ish, and I always gravitated towards it for sure. I had these 2 old school Toys R Us boards. One was like bright pink and had the old like stoppers,
the plastic thing on the back on the tail.
For sure, yeah. And like it had the whole trim. It had like the rails and then the front thing too.
But the wheels were back then on those boards were just like you couldn't fucking make a move because it was just like the worst bearings. I swear it was like Apex shit.
Yeah, they were. It was garbage for sure. I remember it was a cool looking board, but it barely worked. And I remember even my friend had a better board, but he didn't like skating, and I was always like, let's go skating, that's all I want to do is let's go figure this out. And he was like, I'm more into like rollerblading.
What and who got you into skateboarding? Was it like a group of your friends, or was it one friend, or like what'd you see that you were like, holy fuck, I want to skate?
I guess with skating, it was more just like, that one decision to like do it, whether one of my friends wanted to quit or not, because like that happened so young when they
I guess.
And then it was,
so you were like 5 or 6, you said?
Yeah,
that's
maybe older than that. I can't remember. I was fucking young.
That's sweet though.
And then like didn't skate at all for maybe until I was like 13, 14, and then me and the buddies started picking it up, and it was around grade 7, however old you are there, and we picked it up. And Sasha Daly was he was going to school with us, and he had been skating like hard since he was pretty young, and like clearly like a step above the rest of us trying to figure out like kick flips not moving and all these same story, but he was already.
He's still a fucking machine.
Like back then, even just seeing him, you were like, "Oh,
he's gonna be some."
Like there's some power in him even back then when he was like.
And he was short. He's not. I'm not saying that he's short now, but when he was younger, it's fucking hard to do the shit he was doing at like the height he was too, right?
He's always been a stocky guy, and he's always been able to hold his own on his board and everywhere else in life. But he's.
I'm not calling you short, Sasha. Just so you understand that.
No, he's a powerhouse, man. He always has been. It's been so cool to see him develop. I remember when we were little kids. He remember this. We went to there was a 14 stair outside the Pizza Hut out behind it in Courtenay, and it was probably maybe 5 of us, and he was I don't even know. We were maybe 15 years old, and he's thinking about maybe no sliding this ledge. It's so big, like just just, you know,
and you're like,
pro stuff.
And like back then, you're just like I like 4 stairs today or 5 stairs.
Where me and my buddies are just at the skate park still learning the basics, and like he just blasts this fucking ollie down this 14 stair, like just handled it like a grown man, and he was just like this little boy, you know, at that point in his life, and just it was really cool to see him develop through his career. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing about skateboarding?
Yeah, definitely the friendships you make. You know, you can go to any city and any town, any small town. You can go pull a skateboard up in the smallest town in the world and like skateboard on the littlest pad that they have there of concrete and do a kickflip, and then you're gonna get someone stopping by. And
you're gonna get along with maybe one of the 12 people that are there or something. I don't know.
And like, you know, it's not for everybody. Like, you know, I was skating that Penticton ledge yesterday, and you know, I had one lady, you know, saying that it wasn't good for the ledge and it's going to destroy it. And I basically said, you know, I'm not doing any damage. You can see that.
Yeah.
Other than the noise, I don't really see, like, a problem here.
Isn't it weird being a full-grown adult and then you're talking to these people?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're like, why are you doing this?
Well, she had 2 grandchildren there, and, you know, I was being very respectful. I didn't want to cause any confrontation, and just said, you know, like, you know, we're in the Olympics now too, you know, like this is a sport like any other, and you know, it is noisy and annoying and sometimes damaging, but like I'm not causing any damage here. And,
no, I'm not ruining your day.
And she understood, and she was kind of like, okay. And then, you know, so you get that side of it, and then literally a minute later, you know, I landed the trick I'd been trying for hours, which was, you know,
and it's just you and Lucy, and you're filming yourself.
Yeah, and it was just such a battle that I love to do on my own. Like, you know, it's that process that I almost love more than even landing the trick. But I landed the trick finally, which I didn't even think I was going to do. You know, right after the lady was kind of giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
And then another guy saw me land the trick in his car, circled around a full block, came back and gave me props. He was like, hey, like, I saw you land that trick. I saw how stoked you were, man. Like, it's awesome. I was like, dude, you circled around to give me props. Like,
instead of the other person that was like, had nothing to do with anything and just wanted to stop him and give you grief.
Yeah. So you get both sides of it, you know, and it really teaches you how to deal with both sides of it too. You know, how to take criticism, and how to take, you know, the, like, when people like give you props, because sometimes that's hard too, you know.
Oh, for sure.
So like, you know,
I don't think skateboarding would be the same if we didn't have to deal with security guards or people that actually didn't understand skateboarding and how it makes us feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
remember some of the coolest feelings was when like skating, like maybe, I don't know, say 7 years ago, and like just doing this ledge spot that was, you know, totally not, you know, supposed to be skated, and like this kind of like older woman just saw me land this trick, and she just like saw me and my friend be so happy, and she just came up and she was like, that was the coolest thing, like, and you just saw her get excited.
Well, because you're like
she
stoked.
Was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, just, you know, engaged fully like that with us.
I love seeing footage like that where people that have never skated don't understand what it's like to feel like a grind underneath your feet or whatever trick it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can't explain it, and like, you know, it's the, you know, there's so many aspects of it. It's that, you know, like pushing yourself and then landing something that's scary, and then like also, you know, especially if you're doing it around friends or people that see it, like it's I don't do that for that, but when you get that extra like,
well, that's what
excitement
I mean.
From everyone else,
especially when you're by yourself, which is, to me, skating by yourself is fucking hard enough as it is.
Absolutely.
But if you're in a town and you're in front of all these people, that's even more weird. But it's rad that you're with your dog and you're just like, you know what? I'm fucking here right now. I'm gonna skate this curve ledge, and I don't care.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, and like last year, I went there and skated it by myself before I came here, and I met these awesome guys that were like, you know, maybe whatever, 5 years younger than me. They were really good at skating. One was trying crooks around the corner, shove to manual, and you know, I filmed him for a while because he was going the opposite ways, and I showed up. I didn't want to, like, you know, came all the way from Victoria to skate this ledge, but
get out of my way.
Yeah. So I was like, and it is my favorite spot, like street spot that I know of right now, that's still standing. But you know, I filmed him, and it was so cool to see this, you know, this younger guy just pushing himself and trying to get these different tricks, and then, you know, he got it. We were all stoked, and I made these friends with people that were a whole different generation than me, And
we all
they
just skate,
filmed me after. I ended up getting the trick.
Sweet.
And it was really cool to they were just like that's actually really a cool trick.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be be able to still do that kind of thing. But it was more about making those friends, those connections.
No, for sure, I agree.
Absolutely, man.
So you're in Courtenay, but you live in Victoria. Like, what's your favorite thing about living on the island?
Yeah, no, I live in Langford, so I live on Glen Lake. I live with Corey Codell, who's like amazing skater from the island, and Steve as well. Steve's so good.
So that's great to live with fucking people that skate really good too.
Yeah, they're both just little powerhouses themselves, and so we decided to be roommates in our mid-30s, and it's going pretty good for like what it is. And like we all just have mutual interests, and we skate a lot, and we have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
So Steve's got a dog, so it's it's nice when I work a lot to have those have the boys look after Lucy, because she likes the attention. Anyone that knows Lucy knows she loves the attention. So
that's right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite skate park on the island to skate?
Ooh.
You can say two. I'm not gonna hold you to it, but
I mean, like all-time favorite, Parksville Park. It's just
because that's like your roots, pretty much,
yeah, it's roots and it's vibes, and it's still got everything you kind of need.
Because you did your first frontside airs there. That's why you were telling me earlier.
Yeah. I got my first like real solid out of the coping frontside airs right after one of my best friends passed away like 10 years ago. I was like 27 at this point. Like I could do frontside airs, but I got a couple photos where a few feet above the coping, and a nice like back knee tuck, and like felt good. Awesome. You slap the back truck down
for
first,
sure.
And so like and then also like that park, it's just it's where that's where I grew up, learning to skate bigger stuff. They had the big rail there, and I pushed myself hard at one point in high school to learn that thing, and like nobody was skating that at that point.
And that's you skating it by yourself, and now kids are just fucking trying anything.
Yeah, and like I just had one older guy that like he could do the rail, he could only board slide it, but I was trying like 50s and Smiths and 5.0s, and he was like, just go faster. That always helped me. Just go faster. And I was like,
everything's lower at that
scared,
point,
right? Especially as like I was I was in high school, so I was like 15, 16 or whatever. And like it was another one of those moments in my life where you just push yourself so hard. I ate shit so many times. There was a few times going there where that rail beat me. Like it beat me to fucking shit, and I didn't win those battles.
Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you.
We'll see you next time.
But how good does that feel to skate? Handrail to me is like you get on and you're fucking going.
Yeah.
It's like you got so many variables that can happen, but when you learn it, it's amazing.
I'd compare it to a good steep 9-stair rail that was
What's that?
It was good height. It was good height. So
what's that?
It's tough.
Brett Stobart, that park where Brett Stobart skated, and you get off the ferry, and it's like right off the ferry, and it has like quarter pipe, and then it has a bank going down, and there's a rail going down the middle. It has barely any run up, and it's a shotgun rail. Remember, like back in the day, the skate parks would put like two bars together.
Was it in a Nine Mile?
I think it's where you stayed in that hotel. Sydney?
Oh, it was the old Sydney park. Yeah.
And it's like a fucking crazy spot with the rail going down.
So back then in like the 90s, the parks on the island that were good were Parksville, Gordon Head.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Sydney was pretty good. It was up there. I don't know, like Gordon Head was better because they put that whole climax with the rails going down, and it just like at that point that put them into like that whole like street.
Well, like because
section
like the new all the new parks that are getting built on the island now. You've got like a mixture of everything: small quarter pipes, big quarter pipes, handrails, flat bars, bank to ledges, like big deep bowls.
Good, but like a lot of bowls, and like that's fine. But like could use more street stuff, like dedicated street parks kind of thing.
Well, like how like people can actually learn, because if you have like small, medium, large handrails, which is sweet. Like
totally.
I think street skating should be a big part of skate parks.
Yeah, like even just a plaza setup, like that's what they almost did with Topaz, but then like it's really only the center section. Right? I know. So it's almost 3 sections, and there's the center section. A little bit of it goes.
You got a hub on the right with a handrail, but it's not.
Yeah, so it kind of goes up there. So it's kind of this, and then the bowl takes up a good section of it, and then there's that. I don't know. I guess it's like Olympic train.
Well,
it's what do you call it? It's more. It's like big skate park skating. That's what it is. Big park skating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is sick too. I like that skating. I skate that section a lot too. Don't get like I'm not judging anything.
For sure.
That shit, but like. I think that there just needed to be a fucking plaza, like a street plaza.
You had enough room there. That park is fucking huge.
Yeah, exactly.
It's big.
And it's tough. You think about it from both angles. The designers, I'm sure they're like fucking getting people in their ears, like, hey, you got to make it for everybody, right? So, and that's cool too.
Who built that skate park?
I don't know.
That was back in the day.
Yeah, no, I would have known closer to when it was built, but I can't. It was one of like New Line or
your Spectrum, maybe.
Yeah, Spectrum. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. One of the 2 big ones, I think. I think Dylan Timmons worked on it.
Okay.
And yeah, he's like Dylan Timmons is such a great guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And such an amazing skater, and like, yeah. I'm sure he put as much input as they would let him have into the whole thing, because they, I'm sure they let him like skate it, and he's probably the best skater on those building teams. I would imagine. He's very talented.
So he
can work all these.
He has the word for
and
things
like
to go
tell
in.
you if it's working or not. Like,
totally.
Maybe you should fucking tear that out and rebuild it.
For sure.
Like, it just didn't work.
Who are some people on the island that are like legends? That here or not here, you know what I mean? Like,
oh man, legends here, not here. I mean, like Jamar, I never knew him super personally, but like
I heard legends of him for sure.
Really hard skater. I skated with him and it was more one of those, like I told you before, you'd see him skate in the park, and it was like, holy fuck, this guy's going hard. Like he was almost no chill at the skate park. Was what I saw. It was
just like try the gnarliest shit,
and just the gaps, like everything that you're like maybe one day he was just like every day kind of looking, like
no slow.
No, and again, I didn't know him personally. One of my close friends, Craig Long, got tattooed by him a bunch. He got his throat done by him. It may have been Jamar's one of his last tattoos, or like one. Anyways, it was a really beautiful piece, and lots of great tattoos and lots of good paintings from Jamar. He's a huge inspiration for me artistically, and just being in that lifestyle, right? Like it's paralleled so much to what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So,
you can see why he got into it.
And he sounded like the most humble dude. From the people that I worked for and with that worked with him would just kind of say, he was the most humble guy. He would sometimes bring in pretty much homeless people and tattoo them for $40, or even the next Joe that walked in and was like, how much? And he's like, I don't know, like $50.
That's amazing.
And like his colleagues and his peers around him are like,
why are you doing that?
And it was more just I think it was his soul.
Wait, no, and he's just like,
I don't know. Again, I don't know him personally. I didn't know him at all.
But he probably just was
like stories that I've heard,
spreading his art and love towards. Yeah. He's like, oh, you want one of my pieces? Awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you want that. Yeah. I'm going to give that to you for really cheap.
Exactly, yeah. And I can appreciate that,
When did you get your first tattoo?
I was 18, yeah. I was like 18. I drew it myself. It was this little AR here because, a lot of people call me AR. I actually just started getting it laser just because I was getting so much laser work, and this was one of the first two tattoos I got that were both facing me so I could read them. And when you go into tattooing and into tattoo shops, once you're a tattoo artist, you look like a fucking amateur if you have fucking tattoos that face you.
Well, when I got my first ones, I was like, I want them to face me because I didn't see me, and then everyone's like,
that's what everybody says. It looks dumb, and I didn't listen to my tattoo artist, and I had to live with that for a while, and the worst part is now when you get other tattoos that are facing the right way, then things look really upside down. And you know what? I had the opportunity. You know, my mentor was best friends with the laser guy in town.
So you're getting really good deals and shit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like it was a mutual, like, you know, mutual. What do you call those? Mutual beneficial relationship where he would, I would send him stuff because it was like, you know, people would ask me, you know, what are my options here? I'd be like, well, we can do a flower. There's a couple other, you know, black things we can do around there to, you know, designs.
Yeah.
But these are your options. You've got 10. And then they're like, okay, well, what if I want this? Well, if you want that, then you have to go get it lasered. And you can get that, but you have to work for it and pay for it a little bit. And I think that's the best.
So you're saying like when a customer comes in and they're like, they have a pre-existing tattoo and you're like, okay, the flower can work, but we need to get rid of this section. Oh, you're saying like
usually it's the whole tattoo that just needs to get redone on, you know, and like because you want to. Usually that whole tattoo is just not what you want anymore. Maybe it's old. Maybe it didn't get done well. Maybe the design doesn't suit you anymore. Whatever the reason is.
But you can't legit just tattoo over something unless it's.
There's lots of situations where you can do that, especially like if it's like.
Depends on what
it
is.
If you're doing like blast, like how I do American traditional, to do like a blast over, or like even a lot of Japanese, how I do that is like really heavy saturations and bold lines, or just dark lines.
Sweet.
So that'll all cover up, like, say, if you got a realistic color or black and gray sleeve 10 years ago that's faded into like mush.
So then it's easy to like blend that.
And that doesn't happen with all of those style tattoos. There's some artists that are really good at using blacks and contrast to do that style of tattoo and making it last a lot longer. But yeah.
That's cool. What or who got you into tattooing?
What got me into tattooing? I guess, I wanted to like do the stick and pokes when I was younger, but I just got talked out of it from pretty much everybody that was my friend and
that were tattoo artists.
And I didn't know any because like in Courtenay, the tattoo scene was just not very powerful there. That good, like I don't want to say good, but it was just not.
Like to me,
not a place where I wanted to get my first tattoos, you know. And
do you remember a place on Granville Street? That's the only place I would hear about tattoos. And the guy that he would come to White Rock Park, and he was like kind of a local from when I was younger, but I never got to see him skate. His name was Jimbo, and he had a fucking spiderweb tattoo on the top of his fucking head.
Yeah. So like before I was tattooing, I was making those skateboard independent truck foot pedals.
Yeah.
So it was what you would turn your tattoo machine on and off with. You know, how they the thing that you thought you could like control the voltage with.
Yeah.
It's just a switch, and I would just make these switches out of independent trucks. This was kind of how I guess I got into like. First, I started getting heavily tattooed, and then I was like, hey, maybe I can figure this out on my own. Started buying stuff off eBay because Amazon wasn't a thing back then. Got my own kits, and I looked at it and I was like, I can literally make better stuff than this.
Was it literally because you were already really into drawing and like your artistic side was already there?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
But you were like, how do I transfer my art into
well, I've just like got ADHD or whatever you want to call it. I like
we all do. We all do.
So like I have too many different like hobbies, and you know like art wasn't enough. Once I got tired of art, I put the art down, and I'd be like, now what? And like electronics for me has just been like.
It's interesting,
thing that's
right?
always clicked in my mind. Like, you know, I did like a short apprenticeship with like an electrical apprenticeship, but it's always been like working with DC and like smaller or like smaller electronics, and you know I honestly learned from high school electronics fucking class, and I've just gone from there. You know,
I got kicked out right away.
I was taking apart broken Walkmans and like making the motors work. I remember like in grade 7, we had like a, like pull everything from your lockers and see what you can make, everyone. And it was like, you guys have to do metal, you have to do fucking pasta, you have to do wood or something.
What?
And we got metal, and I had I had taken apart a Walkman, and I had a motor, and all this like we got all this random metal, and I made like a working helicopter. in like grade
That's
7 or something.
That was my first tattoo. It was a CD Walkman motor. It was spinning.
Yeah.
It wasn't going fast, but
Yeah.
the tattoo works, I guess, to a degree.
Totally, man. Yeah, anything with, anything that's sharp and black will make a mark.
But definitely. What are some of the tattoo artists you look up to?
Ooh, I'd say Steve Boltz is definitely like one of the top contenders.
Like that's like one of your idols?
Yeah.
Like that you've looked up to since the very beginning?
Yeah. As far as American traditional goes, he's like one of the best in the world.
That's cool.
Started Smith Street Tattoo with his buddy Bert Crack, and they've really done a good job of keeping the tradition alive,
Have you ever met him?
Yeah.
And you ever got a piece from him?
Yeah, I got this dragon piece from him in Hollywood last year when I was doing a guest spot.
Amazing.
I was down in Long Beach, LA, and working with his buddy Ozzy, and he gave me another tattoo on my leg there.
Unbelievable.
It was great, yeah. And he gave me the royal treatment. He was like a real sweetheart, I had my dog with me. It's hot in California, He's just like, "Oh, you got your dog with you? You can bring her in the back of the shop." And it's just like
that's amazing.
An old, rough, kind of tough tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to have this little cute golden retriever back there. We're all shooting the shit, figuring out the tattoo ideas, and he did my favorite tattoo.
Yeah, that color is insane, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's just a very talented dude, and just seeing his whole process. We had some shots of whiskey after. We had a good time to Again, he gave me the royal treatment as far as a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
He signed, I got a book from him. He signed the book. He
he knows you're like.
gave me the photos. It was great.
It's not like you're like.
I could imagine.
It's like hard to not fan out on your fucking idol, but you're like you actually felt like you had a connection with him by the end of the time, right?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it was a super honorable experience.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And Chad Coplinger also, like the guy that did my head. He's,
we'll get into that one.
Yeah.
In
a
couple of
psychedelic
questions.
shit. But yeah, he's another.
That's a whole different question.
Yeah.
We'll get into that one. What's the gnarliest place you've given a tattoo to someone? You're gonna say butthole for sure.
No, I got all kinds of calls like that when I would start. You'd be like, "Hey, you want to tattoo my dick?" And I'd be like,
as it like to fuck with you, like people.
Well, like it was never anything serious, and I knew that. And like these people who were all drunk, and they were just calling to like.
See, you're telling me people take the time.
I haven't got these calls in years, but when I was starting, I was working at a shop, it was like a pretty good, like a pretty busy street shop, and I would get calls daily, and being the apprentice right out of the gates, that's my job. You take the jobs. So
are you you're not the receptionist, or you are answering the phone?
At that time I was essentially the receptionist, and that was a part of my learning experience, which helped great, and like because like you at the time, but now I respect why my mentor made me do it. But it was a lot of work, dealing with clients like that. But you get all kinds of calls. You get calls. Yeah, like, hey, you want to do my dick? And, I got sick of it after a few months. I would just be like, I would joke back with them because I knew they weren't serious about it, and I'd just say no for everyone, and then I was just like, all right, well, if you guys are gonna fuck with me, I'll just fuck with you right back. And I was just like,
well, how big's your dick?
The front desk person would give me the phone, or she'd be like,
hard or soft?
There's people that want to talk to you, and then like you hear these giggling boys, like young 20-year-old boys in the background talking about
like middle of the day. This isn't like what?
Usually, yeah, like because we were only open like 12 to 6-ish at that time.
And this is people on the island,
like late-ish at like 9-ish, but like this wasn't like 2 a.m. calls or anything. And like they're all fucking giggling away, and hey, you dick tattoos, and like it just got to the point where I was like, okay, like $1,000 just to see the dick. If it's a dick
like weird
that I feel is nice enough to tattoo,
like weird,
then it's another $1,000 to do the tattoo.
Like weird them out.
So $1,000 no matter what, just to see the dick. Then I get to decide if it's a nice enough dick to tattoo, and if it is, then it's another $1,000. So that was my rule, and I just kept saying that to people and calling their bluffs hard. And I've never done a dick tattoo yet.
Okay, so that wasn't really my question, but that was a way better fucking answer. Okay, fuck it. That was amazing.
I'm gonna have to edit that part out.
No, we're keeping that one in. That's a teaser, like I just said. What do you look for when you want to get a tattoo for yourself in an artist?
Now I like, just because I'm always like trying to learn, as I was like before, but now now I know I want to be a tattoo artist, and I want to learn as much as I can as a tattoo artist. So I look at people that can teach me something in maybe in the avenue that I want to learn. And there's so many avenues in tattooing that you can learn from, right? Like, there's.
But like, do you feel like you learn? Do you feel like you learn? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but do you feel like you learn when you get tattooed on your body? Because that was kind of my question.
100%.
So you get to watch
every time I get tattooed. I am 1,000 times better at a tattoo.
So it's different if, say, you watch someone tattoo me. If it's on your body, you can be like, okay, you can feel how much pressure he's doing, or like.
There's definitely a different
crazy
experience. You get the whole healing process. You get to see, if the colors and the blacks are matted out, if there's any areas that look a little chewed, and how those areas heal out through the weeks. There's so much, and just having that understanding, seeing it for, almost 10 years. And
well, you've seen so much skin.
Yeah, absolutely. And just seeing how it settles over 10 years ish, I've got tattoos that are older than that, but professionally 10 years ish. And you can just see how those settle, and like, okay, maybe now I'll make some adjustments and do it like that, or maybe like this. That's how you fucking do it. That's it. Like, do we hit the mark there?
If you could go tomorrow,
this is gonna last until you're old and wrinkled. And
for sure, totally. If you could pick tomorrow, and I could tell you that the person's gonna be in the backyard and he's ready to tattoo you, like, who would you pick and why? You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
That's what I kind of meant. Like,
tough one. Man, like fucking. I mean,
because you've gotten tattoos by a lot of your favorite idols, because you've traveled to them.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I mean, Ozzy, who I worked with in LA, and Steve Boltz. I mean, they're people that we can hang out with, and like the other artists that I've been to, they had a different vibe in their shop where they wanted to keep a very strict professional side to it, which I can respect in that own regard. But if I wanted to have someone here and hanging out with us, it would be probably one of those guys.
Okay.
Ozzy or Steve Boltz, and like out of there's other artists that I might pick that I don't know, but I don't know their personalities, so I don't know if they would vibe. Like I respect their art and I love it so much, and I'd love to get a tattoo by them because I haven't yet.
But what if
we were all hanging out?
What if the chemistry's not there? Would you not want a tattoo from that artist that you thought you'd want one from?
Say again?
If you didn't, like, if for some reason you're like, oh, that's just kind of weird, like, this guy's kind of a dick. And I'm not saying Ozzy, I'm just saying, like, someone random that you were, like, stoked to get a tattoo from, and you're like, I actually don't want something from you because, like, you gave me a weird vibe or something. Or is that like a thing? I don't know.
I think it depends, like, how bad the vibe is,
Yeah, you'd have to be pretty shitty.
Yeah, and like if the vibe is that bad, it's probably because the artist doesn't really want to do the tattoo for whatever reason. Maybe they're having a bad day. Right. Maybe the image that you brought to them is not vibing.
Or you want it on your dick. I don't know. Like,
maybe you've put like too much. Yeah, maybe you want it on a dick. Maybe you put too many boundaries on how you want the image to look on a placement. Whatever, like. I don't know, and like when I go to pretty much any artist, I like want to give them as much free reign as I can.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get so much out of your artist if you do that.
And they're more it's like when somebody asks me to build a table and they're like, "All right, you got creative freedom.
Yeah,
I just want it this long and this wide."
Absolutely.
Like when they look at your arm, like somebody shows them the arm. Okay, I want it from here to here. Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the best, right?
Totally.
You really can't ask for more than that out of a client.
That's kind
or
of
a friend that's a client,
Totally.
And it's interesting because clients always become friends. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
It's cool like that.
Well, you're doing something very, very personal together. You're going on this little I don't know what you call it, like trip, but like
Well,
after
like changing someone's body for the rest of their life.
yeah, no, you're
It's
doing
like-
surgical shit. You're having surgery on them.
Yeah.
And-
No matter what, they're gonna have to look at that for a while. Even if they want to get rid of it, they're gonna have to look at it for a while.
For
so,
sure.
Like you want to, try your best and you make everybody happy. Really.
Totally.
Like, I know there's artists that just want to make money out of it, and like, I'd rather make someone smile. You go and see them, and like they look at the mirror and they're like,
So stoked.
you just see like how excited
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are. It's like
yeah.
opening a fucking present to your kid or something. Like,
And you did that for them, which is amazing.
and like that's sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't as far as financially, and like
Money's money. It comes
You
and
know,
goes. It doesn't matter.
those
But
feelings you can't replace.
no,
really,
fuck no.
Yeah, so
Do you know who invented the first tattoo gun and what country it was made?
yeah, I believe it was Samuel O'Reilly, like the tattoo machine, like as like tattoo artists want to call it.
But like,
To give it the proper respect, like you want to call it a machine. These days, nobody cares. It's just like when I was learning, it was like if you don't call it a machine, you're
idiot or
you're
something.
a dickhead and you're disrespecting us, kind of thing.
You're disrespecting
You don't
tattooing.
know. You don't even know. Like, don't even. And that was almost like what do you do with your gun? And then you're like, hey, we don't talk to this guy about anything. Like, it's a pretty clear fucking cutoff. But these days, we just joke about it now. We're like, what guns are you running now? Like, it's a kind of like a, ironic
Running
funny
joke,
thing at
like,
this point,
yeah.
because it's just like, there's no point getting mad about that kind of shit. So.
Do you feel like this is not even part of my question, but I thought about it now that I asked it, like with obviously stick and poke, but I'm talking like, do you think the first tattoos, what were the first tattoos like back when tribes would tap?
Oh fuck! People
like,
are gonna eat me apart if I fucking go.
Okay, well, we won't do that.
I don't know,
Okay,
like I could try, but we're talking like Egyptians and even farther back
Yeah.
Mayans, and like
We
there's
don't-
I don't know the exactly like the lineage of it. Like that, it goes back as far as you can imagine. Again, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, sharp things and black stuff is really what you need to make a fucking tattoo, and that's what
All
people
right.
did throughout fucking life. I'm sure.
I agree.
A lot of times it was an accident, maybe sometimes it was purposeful, but things evolved to this point.
I agree.
Yeah.
And what, in your personal opinion, is the most painful spot to get a tattoo?
I haven't got my belly worked on in a while, and that's probably why, because it is one of the worst.
Was it the one like on like where your ribs are?
Yeah. I'm gonna get Lucy back up here. Come here. Come here, girl.
I can move this a little bit.
Come here, Lucy. Back up here. Let's get you sitting. Come on.
Let's see. What's this?
There you go. That's a good girl. Right, let's start that section again. We'll edit that out now.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
What in your personal opinion is the most painful spot to get a tattoo?
Oh yeah, fuck. The palm was really bad.
Gnarly.
Really, really bad.
Is it when you think it wouldn't be as bad because you fucking use your hands so much?
Yeah. I think I had like a week off of work, and I thought that would be enough. But realistically, like I felt fresh after like 6 months.
6 months?
But I also got it done,
Jesus.
like, so that it doesn't have to be done again. Most palms fall out, and the guy was hanging out the needle. Like I'm exaggerating, but it was aggressive.
As deep as you possibly could go.
Yeah, there's a video of it, and it's like,
Oh my god.
it was pretty rough, and like to hold your palm open like
that for that
and
long?
not squeeze in on the needle was very difficult.
Especially when you get to
Yeah.
like right there where your hand wants to fucking contract
it's
in.
probably where there's the most nerve endings. But I would almost say the belly is like, for me, as bad.
Anywhere on the stomach.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, like for me,
Everybody has
the-
different
yeah,
pain thresholds too, right?
yeah. I got this one done for my buddy, and we started, and I was like, oh man, like
You're like, no.
we're gonna have to take at least a couple shots of whiskey before we get this one down. And
Like, do you believe in like the new creams that they've come out with? And
I mean, I don't know. Like, I've heard different things where like I tried to get cream on my chest, and the guy was kind of teaching me at the time was like, no, dude, like I've tried that, and like it kind of makes the skin rubbery. And he was a very efficient tattooer, so he would go like my chest took me maybe 2 hours, 2 and 15 minutes kind of thing, and he was
That's fucking
very fast.
that's fucking fast.
But
Because Can I see how wide it is?
Yeah, it goes right up there.
Jesus, 2 hours?
Yeah, he's very fast. And I was I was moving too because I was trying to drink some whiskey to deal with the pain at the time. Yeah, eventually he was like, okay, I gotta cut you off, kind of thing. But yeah.
The blood is coming out too fast.
It was lucky that I was able to use what I like for pain medicine for that that tattoo.
Okay, I think I'd do the same thing. Mm-hmm. What's the longest tattoo session you've ever done?
On myself or on someone else?
On someone else.
I've done full 10 hours before. That was the longest.
Non-stop. Well, every couple hours you go chill for a second. No. Just go.
No chill. There was we stopped for sushi at one point that we ordered, and that was it. She was a fucking monster.
Jesus.
And how I tattoo is I just won't stop if the
person's down, you just
keep going. Long as I've got my design figured out, I know I can technically do the tattoo even almost brain dead. The design is the hard. If I've got the full design, color, everything figured out completely, I can just brainlessly almost put that in.
Do you have a photo of this?
Yep. Yeah.
On your page that I could post?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a bigger dragon piece that I did on this lady's leg. And yeah, she was from New Zealand, and in Victoria we've got a shipyard there, so they were stuck in a shipyard with a ship for 2 or 3 months that was they needed work on, and so the New Zealand Navy that was living there on the boat was just okay, we gotta
let's do something.
Yeah, essentially. So the woman came in and she was a fucking monster, the toughest person I've ever tattooed by far.
And you're are you okay? Every couple hours, and she's like, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, it was literally drawing on paper. I would forget that I was working on a human at some points because she was just so just didn't care. The pain was literally nothing to her, and the leg isn't that difficult of a spot to be fair.
Yeah,
but we did some big sessions on her. So
10 hours is no fucking joke, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and fully, most of that piece is fully color saturated, so it's a lot of work. It's
a little shading and everything.
Light dust and grays in there. It's powerful colors. It takes work.
I'm stoked to go look at that photo and post it.
Yeah, man. It's one of my favorites.
What's your dream client that would want a tattoo? That wants a tattoo?
Oh man, any client, any tattoo, man, really.
But I mean, if a client wants to come see you, you would want them to come on time, right? Or not be late. And
dude, people get it or they don't, and we talked about last night, we fire clients. There's so much hair from this talk. You fire a client if they fuck you up too much, right? If they are screwing with your money, if you're hey, I had someone booked and you showed up 2 hours late, but they're expecting this
to tell the world right now
this for the 5th time
to tell everybody that would want to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Just explain to them can you just try to come on time or don't come? I don't know.
As far as if you want to we're talking just timeline for showing up for your artist for a tattoo appointment, the best time is exactly 5 minutes before your appointment. Or right on the moment,
because you can sit them down.
If you somehow can, and then maybe bring them food. Don't bring them coffee or drinks.
Donuts or
they've
what?
Always had enough fucking coffee. Usually they've got their coffee. Usually, and their drinks. But snacks is something that tattoo artists or food. They just everyone overlooks it to a degree. They're I ate enough or I got snacks and they don't eat it. So those and just giving the client or the artist be actually let's just hang on eat for a second together sometimes works.
Well, because
or just if it's
sometimes you haven't, maybe you've met the client and then you have a plan and then you meet them again, but sometimes this is the first time you met them and you're just I
guess it's more just a little bit of understanding because tattooing is a fucking art. It's not a science. And a lot of people are you booked me for this time. And the other people are we're supposed to be finished at this time. And it's Yeah, but like, do you want
Things
me to
happen.
like cut it off here? Or do you want me to do the best job that might take 20 more minutes?
Exactly.
Like I gave you, I said this so many times. These are rough estimates, but when it comes down to it, people are like, "You quoted me at this," and you're like, "Okay." And then at that point, it's almost not worth the rivalry of being like, "No, I actually said this." You know, it's just better to just like, let's just make this work. I just want everyone to be happy at this point.
For sure.
You know, like, so yeah, it's always a balance of dealing with people and how their understanding of things work, and the more people get tattooed, the more they understand how that works. You know?
Sure.
So it's just an understanding of
there's no rushing.
process.
This is what I don't get. Some people are like,
the best client,
For sure. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
That's your dream client.
And then obviously, free reign, and if you want to be like talking about like the financial aspect, a good tip's always nice.
For sure.
I always said tips are appreciated. They're never expected.
For sure.
But I've personally, I always give people like blue collar prices right at the bottom line, where I'm like, hey, this is literally, I don't want to do this if it's any lower than this.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense.
A $20-$40 tip on that's really nice.
Sweet.
Kind of like puts it back to where the price where I would normally charge somebody.
Well, I mean, I don't get how people are charging at gas stations. Like, yeah, can I ask for a tip? I'm like, no, you guys aren't doing some fucking gnarly fucking shit that's gonna be on my body for.
Has a tip on it, right?
Exactly. It's insane. I see you got your head tattooed. How did that come about?
How did it come about? Well, I've been kind of losing my hair a little bit. It's been thinning out a little bit back there, and it's still.
Can you see it pretty good from?
No, I shaved it off, but like.
But if you put your head down, can you see it?
Maybe, yeah. People probably can see it.
Yeah, we'll put a picture.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That was kind of my my go at it. Was just like, it just made me feel a little more comfortable with that aging aspect of myself. Made me feel a little bit more youthful, and just made me feel comfortable
without a hat on.
Maybe not youthful, just more comfortable without a hat on.
For sure.
And like, I like to keep it shaved. Otherwise, like, I get a little bit of almost the what do you call it, Uncle Phil, but it's not that bad. Like I still get
a cul-de-sac.
I still little, like it just grows heavy here and then heavy right in the middle, and then like a patch, almost like a Bruce Willis style. It's like a Bruce Lee.
Like your widow peaks.
Super
go back
widow peaks, but they also blonde out because my hair goes blonde when it's like
and mine does in the summer too. Well, mine's silver now and gray, so
like, especially with the blonde areas, you can't. Anyways, that's just like my superficial fucking image.
No, but you obviously didn't
care that much about, but it was like
it kind of worked towards you being like, fuck it, let's do the head.
Yeah, and exactly, and like I've been a tattoo artist for 10 years now. Like it's kind of what I'm gonna be until I'm fucking old and wrinkled and
in the ground.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, this is it, and like, don't have to worry about being an accountant anymore and doing that. Like,
you were an accountant?
Well, yeah, I was like
well, sorry, hold on. We didn't jump onto that part.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't ask you. So have you ever been an accountant?
I was like,
I wouldn't expect
I've done
that.
almost every job. Like, if you ask me, I might have done it. Like, I've done so many jobs, but like, I was pretty much 6 courses away from getting a designation in accounting, and then
that's crazy.
Yeah, I worked in a bunch of offices, and I was at the same time I was working for the city of Victoria, which was paying me better than most of those offices, and
that's dope.
The work, it's like I like to work with my body, so it's like this is
not with a fucking
long road of accounting, and I got into the accounting because I was young and being an alcoholic and wanted to put myself in some path. And that I was like, maybe I could see myself at 60 being an accountant, so I'll just start now.
You're like, this is a good career or whatever.
Yeah, see what the fuck happens, and then like classic me, like once I start something, I don't want to give up on it. So
no,
I was
for sure.
Like, and then it got to a point where I was like, just fucking give up on this shit,
you're having more fun doing this other thing called skateboarding and tattooing.
Well, yeah, and like I was literally working in offices and drawing on every fucking paper that I was handing to my fucking bosses, and like,
you're like, what is this doodle over here?
They didn't care that I was drawing, but I was doing it because they didn't care, because I was like, I had some downtime now, and I just did a doodle for it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I was always drawing, and like I was, just at one point just got to the point where I was like, hey, fuck it, passion over profit. I'm done with this shit.
I'm glad you fucking got out of accounting.
Yeah, fuck that.
You were telling me about a road trip around the U.S. you did. Where did you go, and how did you pay your way along on that trip?
Where'd I go? I went over to Port Angeles. That's where I started. Victoria to Port Angeles, and then went down to Tacoma. Spent my first night there, just in the back of my truck. Spent most of the time in my truck too. That's the only way I could afford to do the trip, because I was gone for 2 months in total.
Well, that's a long time.
But yeah, I started in Tacoma, went there, skated, exploded my shin at the first skate park I was at. Good. So
you're good at exploding. Like, he exploded it. He tried to switch front. He tried to switch front board.
My face.
The Dirt Toro.
Yeah.
We'll post a photo of that right here, and it's fucking gnarly. He had like, how many stitches? 6, 7?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot. Yeah. But it didn't hurt, but it was just a lot. It was annoying more than anything.
Well, you got to go to the hospital. Yeah. It sucks. It sucks.
And the worst part about this one was I was in the States, and I didn't have any, there's no
super glue.
Yeah, there's no healthcare or anything, and I needed stitches, so I don't know, I looked through all my whole lifeguard training of first aid. I thought I could figure it out, and I just patched it up throughout the whole trip, and that was it for skateboarding for me. And I couldn't swim, and I was going through California.
Fuck.
Went over all the way to the East Coast. Was down in fucking New Orleans. So there was so many places I wanted to swim. It was really hot, but I couldn't.
Jesus.
If I got it infected, I couldn't get antibiotics.
Yeah.
There. I'd have to go down to Mexico if I wanted to get antibiotics.
That's even gnarlier.
So I was like, whoa, I just gotta be safe. And then also at that point too, Lucy lost one of her toenails a week after I exploded my shin, so
that could get infected.
Jesus. So I was doing more medical work every day. I was probably doing 2 hours of medical work a day,
just to make everything as fucking clean,
keep us safe and clean.
Because you can get polysporin or hydroperoxide, or at least something.
Just to keep the sand and everything, because we were in sandy areas all the time, and just keep everything clean.
Yeah,
we were living in the back of my truck at that time.
That's fucking crazy.
So it was tough, but we did it. And I got a bit of a scar. She's totally healed fine, which is great.
That's awesome. And so you initially went down there to go to all these tattoo parlors that you were stoked to meet people, and then
the whole trip was it was a little slow in the economy and a little slow for me in Victoria, and I was like, you know what, I got the time going into the winter where it gets even slower. It was kind of October, November when I was heading out.
Yeah,
so
those are shitty months.
I'm just gonna go bomb right now. This is perfect. And yeah, I had some opportunities. I just kind of cold called, emailed, or whatever, Instagram DM'd shops that I wanted to work at.
Sweet.
And the ones that I wanted to work at that got back to me, I went and worked at. And,
dope. And you were saying at one point, that's why when I asked the question, how are you able to pay your way? Because you're coming as a Canadian into the American industry.
Yeah.
Too. And our money's not worth as much, obviously.
Yeah, no, I had
But you said you walked into a bar and you'd literally be like, I don't know anybody here, and you just get clients.
That's kind of how I do, in any town. If I'm doing a guest spot somewhere, especially if there's a bar in the general
vicinity of that
few blocks of that tattoo shop, you just go there and you get to know the employees. You sit at the bar, you get to know some of the locals, and then somebody's gonna want a fucking tattoo usually.
That's cool.
Or like we said, we go to the skate parks and we hang out with the skaters are always down to get a little piece somewhere here and there, and support another skater too.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you're from out of town, right? Everyone's stoked on that.
Exactly. And usually once a lot of times they're like, oh yeah, you tattoo, because there's a million tattooers now, and then you're like, just check it out. If you don't like it, it's all right. And they check it out, oh fuck, okay, yeah, no, actually.
And then they got really into it.
It actually gets to something, right? I was gonna get something, so it's cool, man.
Nice. What's the hardest type of tattoo art style? That's a hard question, but because I'm not a tattoo artist, but
yeah.
What have you seen where you're like, holy fuck, that'd be tough? Style, you know what I mean?
I don't know, it's different for different people, right? In different focuses. I put so much time and effort into traditional Japanese And then I do love a good fucking fine line jailhouse or script tattoo. So those are my like really like strong suits. I can probably, I could probably do anything you really want. Like I've done a lot of realism. I've done some portrait work, dogs and people, and like they look good. I'm happy. I'm proud of those pieces. You know, like they're not gonna be your best in the world of those styles, but you know, the other styles I'm starting to become, you know, maybe someone that's noticeable at some point. Not even like barely noticeable, like barely in town there, but like you know, as far as that goes, I'm figuring it out.
Well, I think you should do Jack on my arm for sure.
Yeah.
While you're here.
Oh, we got to do that for sure.
We'll post it. We'll post the aftermath. It'll be amazing because you got to hang out with him too, which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh man, he was such a beauty, such a good soul. Like just wanted to play, like dropping the ball
constantly.
All the time. Yeah.
Constantly. What style of tattooing is your favorite?
I guess American traditional at this point. That's my like main focus for the last 7 years. I really got popular for doing script and lettering, and in Victoria people kind of knew me as that guy, I guess, or whatever, and they would, when there was so much work, people that didn't like to do that would just send that work to me.
Right. If you could tell anyone, new tattoo artist wanting to get into the scene, what would it be?
Just draw as much as you can. Yeah, draw, paint, do whatever inspires you.
Sweet.
Spend as much time with the pencil or the pen or whatever you
get you stoked.
Just keep that to the paper as long as you can, and it will prevail. It'll show off.
Sweet.
So that's the only way to really get better. Like you can buy all the new machines and all the fancy equipment, and
that's not going to make you a good tattoo artist.
You're going to get, your tattoos are going to get maybe how you want them to look, but then you're going to always hit that forefront of I want my art to get better, and the only way to do that is to put the time in. So
for sure,
just like all the work that you did here.
Well,
then none of this would have looked like it was.
It's not just me, man. It's fucking. There's a million
amount of like time. And
it's a lot of planning and people. So many fucking people were a part of it at different times, like to show up, right?
It's incredible.
You also have another company making power supplies, flipboards, and switchboards. Can you tell me more about that?
I make tattoo power supplies that, you know, you plug all your stuff in, they turn up the voltage to make your machine go faster or slower. That's the layman terms for what I make, and it's been going well. I've been
what's the name of that one?
I've called the company Little Brother Electric, just to have a little brand name for it.
And then we'll put the Instagram name right there too.
Yeah. If you're a tattoo artist and you like a power supply that you need a clip cord to plug into,
no, it's sweet. They look rad, and you like somewhat customize them.
Yeah, absolutely. And like they're just meant to actually work, and you know you can slam them on the ground, which they end up getting slammed around a lot. It'll still work usually, because it's kind of designed to get smashed around and still not show any. Scratches or anything like that. Still work normal. It's just the whole design. It's simple, but it works really well.
And for like forever, pretty much.
I made one 8 years ago. It's still kicking it. That's the first one I made. I've been using it every day for 8 years, and I've had numerous tattoo machine builders, which are the guys that know this stuff more than anybody, and like the best machine builders in Canada. We're talking like, Daxton Burnett has like helped me out like tremendously. Jesse Young, huge help. Alex Harpin, huge. Andres Merrill, huge help. All these guys, Chris David.
This counts as your shout outs for sure.
These are all amazing tattoo machine builders that they've appreciated what I kind of like bring to the table, and like how I make their tattoo machines run to their fullest potential.
The most power that you can put in. And that's why you enjoyed the AC part of like the machine, not just the tattoo gun, but just like having that run at its full capacity.
Exactly. I just want everything to, like tattooing stuff, I want everything to make, what I do, I want it to make your life easier. And this made my life easier, and I really deep dove into why it does that, and
That's sweet.
it
That's
works.
awesome.
It works. You know?
It's
And
cool.
if there's any machine builders that I missed out there for the shout outs, sorry. Like there's a lot of them out there. You guys are all amazing. Like just drawing a blank right now. Like those are Brett Mass. That was a good machine too. Yeah, a couple other ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just all new to me, so that's why I wanted to ask you that. Can you tell me something awesome about your rad dog Lucy?
Oh yeah, fucking Lucy, the princess. Should we get her up here? Come on, Lucy. Hup. Come on, girl. You're in the interview now.
Lucy, jump to the
There
high
you
side.
go. Hup. That's a good girl. All right. Yeah, this is Lucy. She's like, sit up for a second. I know you're hot and tired. You just want to sleep. Yeah, this is Lucy. She's like 4 and a bit years old.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my dog.
It's your partner in crime, though. You go with her everywhere.
Yeah, she went on the full U.S. road trip with me. She went to all those tattoo shops. She's gotten invited to the back of them to hang out. And yeah,
she likes to speak to us by barking as well.
Yeah, she's definitely very vocal. She likes to say hi to people. That's for sure. Yeah, she's a snuggler and a barker. That's for sure.
No, dogs are the best.
Yeah, she's a sweetie and the best. Like,
cheers to Lucy.
yeah, cheers. Yeah. And she's the best navigator too. She always gets us lost and just cuddles me to make me feel better about it. So
Dope. What's your favorite thing to skate at Driftopia?
Ooh, even though I busted my face on it, definitely the big rail. No,
You still like it, eh?
It's one of those things. Yeah, one of those rails. One of these days.
It's long and mellow, looks super easy until you slam your face into it.
And I was always a rail guy too. Like it seems like.
Do I have that slam? I do have that slam. We'll post that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it seems like that would be a thing for me, but getting older and trying to be more careful now. I mean, that little street section down there with that RDS ledge looks fucking great. Just even a flat bar, man. I love a good flat bar.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's my jam, And then like. I like the bowls. I can usually only do like the occasional like little grind, whatever grind you want to call it. I can do like all of them a little bit, but like front side air, and that's about it in transition. Like little poppies here and there.
Wow, thanks for visiting all the time.
Yeah, man, I love it here.
Well, man, thanks for doing it. I love you.
I love you.
Fucking thanks for coming every time, and thanks for he's giving me this tattoo.
Yes.
And
Alien Thrasher.
We're about to do some other crazy shit. Maybe an Ozzy and a Jack one. Yeah. So it's gonna be dope. If you want to send anything funny or random, the email's right here and the address. And please subscribe and like. Cheers to Ozzy and the family.
Cheers to Ozzy.